Welcome to the podcast.
You stay in their guest room for the weekend and it's full of sex dolls. Do you partake?
Like I said, I'm constantly apologizing for who I am. So it's been a lot of roasting going on of old Ryan Wilson lately.
From who?
Just everybody. My kids, my wife, and it's always little kids. It's fucked up.
Little kids are brutal.
My boss's son is 14, and he said something smart ass to me, and I said, "It's like, oh, don't worry about it. I know the owner. We're pretty tight outside of work, even." He's like, "Yeah? Well, the owner's my dad, and he used to give me baths as a kid, but I guess you wouldn't know what that's like because you didn't have a dad." And then he just walked away.
Oh, how does he know that? You tell him or you listen to the pod?
I tell everyone. I said, sorry. I always say, I was like, sorry for the way I act. I didn't have a dad. I didn't get hugged enough. My kids, dude, my fucking daughter the other day was like, "Dad, I want to watch one more show before bed." And I said, "Well, you can, honey. You have to get up for school in the morning."
Don't we all? I do too.
And
every night.
And it's getting late. And I was like, as a matter of fact, when I was a kid, I didn't even have a TV in my room. And she said, right. Wow, the medieval times must have been awful.
It's true.
And then on my goddamn birthday, I walk in the house and I got there's a bottle of liquor on the table for me. And I got some car seat covers for my seats in my car. And it's like, oh, this is perfect. This is everything I wanted. And my son Abram walked in. He's like, yeah, too bad mom didn't get you anything you really need. You know, like shampoo and deodorant and soap. And I just walked away.
Ouch. Burn.
It's constant.
Damn. Dad's a hippie.
I don't want to make this all about me either, but I've had a couple incidents at work in the past couple weeks. We have this waitress that works there who comes in to eat with her boyfriend on the weekends, and his name's Devin. He's from the South, so I'm always like, "Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? You good? You good, brother?" I fucking razz the kid constantly.
I'm sure he loves it. Like when my dad will do like an Asian accent with, the Asians present. No,
yeah.
I'm sure they love it.
Well, I mean,
he thinks he's funny. He doesn't know he's being rude and obnoxious. But
like I said, I'm constantly apologizing for who I am. But him and his girlfriend came in with nearly matching turtleneck sweaters, black turtleneck sweaters, and he had on like a wool coat and like black pants and his big gold watch. And I walk in, I'm like, wow. You guys are really taking Matthew Perry's death hard, huh? They sit down at a little romantic dinner at this table for two, and they're chatting and talking. And I walk up, and I'm like, "So you guys having a good time?" And he's wearing this huge gold watch. I was like, "Damn, son, that's a nice watch. Where you get that at?" And he got quiet for a minute, didn't say anything. And then his girlfriend's like, "Yeah, where'd you get it from, Devin?" He's like, "It's my ex-girlfriend." And man, did the tone of the date really change after that, let me tell you.
That's a fugazi.
This is what you get for being honest. I mean,
yeah, well, I said, look, there's only one thing you could do, and it's to pick up that watch and smash it in front of her right now. He's like, "Fuck that, man, it's a $500 watch." And he didn't take my advice, but I guess they're fine now.
No, I mean, $500 watch isn't that expensive. I can smash it if it make my partner happy.
It's exactly. You're a goddamn hero, Seamus. All right, this last thing I'm going to tell real quick before we really get into it. The same waitress has this girl, Taylor, that she's friends with. And this is the kind of girl that always wears belly shirts and is used to every guy kissing her ass. And I was walking through the restaurant and I bumped into her walking in the back kitchen. I'm like, "Oh, geez, sorry about that." She's like, "I barely even know you." She's like, "Well, we could be friends." I was like, "Me and you?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't see that happening." And then I just walked away. It felt so good.
Oh, blow to her ego.
That's it. That's all I want to tell you guys. But
Wait, are you friends?
no,
Aw.
I'm friends with you guys.
If he wants to remain friends with his wife, he can't be friends with her.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gotta Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, my co-host, my co-homie, the razor blade himself, the king of Connecticut, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, so nice to hear from you.
What up, Ryan? What up, Greg? I'm mad at Greg, but that's okay. Happy to be here. Just talk.
Sure. Also with me tonight, follically challenged himself, the sweatpants overlord, Greg Hoey. Greg, what's good?
We do it live! We do it live!
Live what? For just between
Saturday,
three of us?
Yeah, Saturday. Do a live podcast. No?
What we would do is we'd all face our laptops towards each other and still record separately, but in the same room.
No, we just do it live, and then if we fuck up, we're fucked.
Speaking of being fucked, Seamus, what is tonight's show all about?
What is it you collect, treasure, or hoard? Maybe you collect stamps, old coins, or Beanie Babies. A collection of nose goblins, perhaps. Possibly you're a nerd with a lot of space rocks. Or you could have a dull fascination with coffee cup lids. Maybe you're such an avid collector you need to purpose a whole room to your assemblage. Like Hamburger Harry Spurl, the proud owner of 3,000 pieces of hamburger memorabilia. So, what are you hiding behind closed doors? 'Cause tonight, we're talking about bizarre, strange, and weird collections.
Expertly done, Seamus. Expertly done. Before we get into it, is there anything that either one of you guys collect? Greg?
What do I collect weird, like, I just keep things. I'm a hoarder, a little bit of a hoarder.
I collect debt.
That's everybody.
Heard that, son.
I don't know what I collect. What do I collect? No, you think I would have thought of this going into this episode? I guess that means I'm not much of a collector.
I collect cool shirts.
I collect scars,
Nice.
mentally and physically.
Seamus Nine Fingers.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know, but scientists have deduced that a T-Rex would need to consume 2 humans a day for a healthy diet.
I feel like you're deflecting right now, Seamus.
I collect useless knowledge.
Heard that. All right. So yeah, you heard it, folks. We're talking about weird collections tonight. Greg, why don't you get us started?
Yeah, totally. What about collecting barf bags?
Are they used or unused?
They can be either or, but
If it's used, you still add it to your collection?
they're whimsical airplane barf bags. It's a thing of the past.
They don't have barf bags anymore?
Yeah, it seems like that would be weird if they just stopped doing barf bags.
Right? Like, nothing. What changed? People don't get sick? There's no turbulence?
No, they do, but they just have different ones from around the world. People just collect them. Like, it's kind of a weird thing to collect, is a barf bag.
Well, you said they were a thing of the past. Barf bags are a thing of the past, or collecting barf bags are a thing of the past?
I was just reading the paragraph.
Huh. Plagiarism. Great.
Yeah. And I just took apart and read something that didn't make any sense at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you at all.
No.
Not putting in a lot of effort.
Off to the races.
Speaking of not a lot of effort, Greg, what is tonight's show about?
Me?
Yeah.
We just did this.
So, all right, answer. This should be an easy answer.
Yeah, it's weird and strange collections. Collectibles.
Greg, what is tonight's show about?
Weird and strange inventions.
I got it. All right, Seamus, why don't you get us started?
So the next one is Guinness World Record notable John Resnikoff. His collection is made up of celebrity locks. He authenticated a patch of Elvis Presley's hair for a $15,000 sale. John R. also sold a bit of Michael Jackson's hair from his own collection for a mere $2,000. In the Victorian age, a snippet of hair from a notable individual was today's celebrity autograph. People even sold celebrity hair in the mid-1800s. John R.'s collection contains samples from Albert Einstein, Napoleon Bonaparte, Abraham Lincoln, Eva Braun, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Marilyn Monroe. Paul Fraser, another successful celebrity hair collector, he parted with a sample of Marilyn Monroe's hair, snipped after she sang Happy Birthday to President Kennedy. It bagged him $331,233, a weird number. And he's also connected to the $40,668 sale of Justin Bieber.
The Biebs.
That's fucking weird. It's weird as shit.
It is weird, and I mean, Bieber's very elusive now, isn't he? He's like always hiding. He had the teenage hair, back in the day.
Well,
how much for Justin Bieber's teenage hair?
A lot.
I mean, I know there's one easy way to track him because I know he gets his peaches from Georgia and his weed from California.
Or he's walking around with his hot wife or girlfriend or whatever. She's like in a skimpy mini dress and he's like in a trash bag or something.
I'm pretty sure.
Cardboard box, like Snake. You can't see him.
Pretty sure he's in sweet jog pants.
Yeah, probably.
So there's a wacky couple, Bob and Lizzie Gibbons. They share their home with a rather unusual collection of 240 love dolls. According to the couple, they like dressing the dolls up and even take them on shopping trips.
So, all right, you stay in their guest room for the weekend and it's full of sex dolls.
You ruin those.
Do you partake? Do you use them?
Dude, yeah, I ran a train on those sex dolls.
You turn the light on, you're like, oh shit.
Maybe you don't like stick it in them because it's like using someone else's toothbrush. But maybe you leave some remnants on them. Be like, I had some fun here.
When in Rome.
Yeah, this is like. This couple is probably definitely someone who like dated all through high school and then never had kids. And then this is what happened.
Do you think their like favorite movie is Weird Science?
It better be. Fucking better be. It's a phenomenal movie. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, Greg, did you manage to come up with one, bud?
Check this out. Yeah. This guy, Marvin Haymeyer, collected steel and concrete, and he put it on a Komatsu D350A bulldozer and became the Killdozer.
What's happening?
How is he a collector? If he only had one Killdozer.
He was collecting layers of steel and concrete, which is weird to put on a bulldozer.
He wasn't collecting, he was stashing so he could build something.
Yeah, what's that called?
It's not collection.
That is a collection.
That's like so when you're saving up to buy something, your collection of money, I get whatever.
Okay, how about Vic Klinako's hot sauce collection, approaching 10,000 bottles?
It's too much hot sauce.
Boring. I mean, I love hot sauce, so I would like to have hot sauce too. But as I get older, some of these hot sauce is dangerous.
Yeah, you're gonna destroy your insides. It's gonna melt you away. I mean, obviously hot ones.
Just talking about destroying your insides. I was listening to Side Stories, and the girl that went down the 240-foot water slide.
Oh yeah. Man.
Oh yeah. I think Ryan talked about that on the show. I believe, didn't you?
No, bro.
I thought we
thinking of Side Stories.
I thought we briefly talked about that.
No, you're thinking of Side Stories, Greg. Totally different podcast.
I mean, it's almost as good as ours.
Yeah. I could have sworn you had mentioned that story.
Maybe.
I mentioned it.
Only if there was some way to figure it out. When a private collection becomes a museum, you get the Phallus Museum in Iceland. In Reykjavik, to be precise, Sigurdur Hutchinson, founder and director of the museum, started his collection before sharing it with the world in 1997. In 2016, the museum had 282 phalluses of 93
Man, that's a lot of dicks.
of 93 different species and 350 artistic objects related to phallogy.
Wait, they were real?
Yeah. 282 of them.
I hope they were dead after, when they were collected.
Yeah, I hope they didn't take it.
We make eunuchs here at this museum.
It is known that a call for donations to obtain a human phallus has been made, and that a man has pledged to offer to the institution post-mortem. So people are already offering.
So I won't, I'll sign no to you can't take my orderings in an accident, vehicular accident, but this man can have my penis after I die.
It's brave. It's very brave.
I'm proud of it.
Same.
Display it. Put it up. Put it right on the front.
All right, Seamus, what you got?
George Franzen has amassed more than 5,000 fossilized poop specimens from around the globe. These historical turds are small, medium, large, and ancient, ranging in age from 10,000 years to 400 million years old. Coprolite is the official term for the animal dung. Want to come over and see my poop rock collection? You got to be careful, though. There's people out there selling fake dinosaur turds.
It's tragedy.
Yeah, that lady in Maine was selling moose poops. I forgot what she was making with moose poops, but
it's good for facials, right?
Moose poop? Oh yeah.
I've seen them sell dinosaur poop on Pawn Stars.
Really?
Yeah,
what did they get for it?
So the guy thought it was like an asteroid at first.
Right, space rocks.
And then he tried to sell it no, this is a fossilized dinosaur shit. I don't know. Some of them are in the high thousands, like 10 grand for some of them.
So when it was an asteroid, he's like, best I can do is $5, man. But
exactly.
When it was a dinosaur, 300 million dinosaur turd, give him a couple grand for that thing.
Exactly.
I'll take that shit off your hands.
Heyo. Hey, I'm reading here. I wish I could just read my news on the go, like a normal person. What if I told you could? Newsly's an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural, human voice. For the first time ever, the web becomes available all in one place. You can follow any topic, as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. It will find you the latest articles and read them aloud to you. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from 80 countries. You can hear us there. And the Sinister Story is there too. I even started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. So download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description. And use the promo code CRUST for a 1 month free premium subscription. So start playing, stop scrolling, and start listening. All right, speaking of hands, I'm going to hand it off to you, Greg.
All right, how about, do you have a back scratcher at your house?
I do. I've had to say one for decades.
Manfred Rothstein from the United States has 675 pieces from 71 countries.
Tell you what, I have one back scratcher that I never use.
I don't have any back scratchers. I just use my door frames.
Yeah,
like a cat.
You like a cat, baby.
Like a bear. Like a bear on a tree.
mean, sure, yeah, I'll take that, I guess.
Feel like a bear on a tree. What could be more satisfying than collecting what we produce ourselves? That must be what Australian librarian Graham Baker thought. For the past 30 years, he's been collecting his own belly button plushies. The little balls of fabric that get lodged in the belly button when clothes are rubbed, and he sorts them into jars. In 2010, he had 22 grams of his own belly button matter.
Damn.
Yeah, that dank belly button cotton. I prefer the winter months when I can wear my thermals.
Exactly.
I had a larger score at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, what's more important than a big belly button score?
So I saw this one, and I was looking at these, like, the jars look like jars of, like, candy or weed, depending on the color of the cotton.
He's probably going to make a shirt out of all that belly button for...
He should probably make bikinis.
Yeah.
Naval plushie bikinis.
Ah, sick. Let's check my Etsy. All right, Seamus, what you got?
Banana stickers. Becky Martz from USA has 21,000 banana stickers that she's been collecting for over 30 years.
I just thought of something.
And?
So at work, I got one of those big rolling racks right next to, like, where all my hamburger buns are. They sit on this giant rolling rack. And every day since I've started working there, I take the tabs off the hamburger bun and I put it on the rolling rack. And there's got to be...
What do you mean tabs, like the things closing them?
Yeah, like the things closing the buns. And I just put it right up there after. And there's got to be a couple thousand of them there.
All right, so you do have a collection.
Yeah, so, once it fills up, though, I obviously have to quit,
Yeah, but that's a weird...
You don't break one tab off and start flicking them at your coworkers and stuff?
I got, like, one coworker.
And you're probably, like, right next to him.
Yeah, it's pretty tight quarters back where I work.
It is tight quarters back there. That's why I always hate coming in. I feel like a dipshit. I was standing there like an idiot.
You shouldn't be in the kitchen anyways.
Greg loves Greg. He gives him free pizza.
Does he?
Yeah.
Greg.
Like,
So I was at my buddy's garden working the other day down the street from Oddfellows Tavern.
Okay.
And I showed him a picture of that pizza. And I said...
Which one? What pizza?
That pizza that Greg made me one time that I took a picture of and made a You Can Eat That Crust poster of because it was so delicious and amazing looking. And they were like, that's how I like my pizza. That's perfect. I was like, yeah, exactly. I feel like that guy, Bob Costas, who went around with pictures of his toast, showing him, like, this is how I want my toast cooked.
That's what you need to do at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah. Well, dude, don't even get me started with that shit because I went to the Dunkin' Donuts I go to every day, and I said my order where I get 2 coffees. And they hand me one. I was like, oh, actually, I wanted 2 of these. And I looked back at the girl, and this girl was fucking sweet. And she was like, he only said 1. I read her lips. So when the other girl came back, I was like, actually, I didn't only say 1. I had to say it. I was like, I said 2. I get it every day.
What do you get 2 coffees for?
Because I get 1 for the morning and 1 for the afternoon.
Greg, I feel like there's a lot of simple workarounds that you could do and stop going to fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Step 1, brew your own coffee.
Yeah.
Step 2, eat your own fucking bagel.
I don't get a bagel there anymore. They can't cook it.
Do you make your bagels at work?
I don't eat a bagel every day. I have yogurt and like maybe some almonds and a banana.
You have nothing but bad stories about Dunkin' Donuts, yet you keep going.
I love
Stop
it.
going.
Hey,
Stop going.
It's
New
good
England
coffee.
loves Dunkin'.
Yeah.
I don't. That's my last resort coffee.
I don't either.
I'll hit Cumbies before I go to Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
go to Dunkin' Donuts like when I'm in the airport. That's like it.
Yeah.
When I need a quick bagel fix. And it's never good, but, it hits the spot.
Sure.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's just the way it is. I like it.
Things will never be the same.
All right. This one really resonates with me because, raise your hand if you were the poor kid that was at the squirt gun fight and all you had was like the 25-cent squirt gun that you had to pull the little plastic tab up.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And then dunk it in the water. Yeah.
You know, water, fill it up, yeah.
Yeah. So I was that guy. I had and they weren't even they were like 25 cents, like a bag of 6. So that was me. And there was always that one asshole who had the top fucking super soaker with the backpack that shot fucking, I don't know, plush wet cannon shoulder fire.
They fucking firemen use it to put out fires.
This is the same kid that has like 2 of every action figure, and one of them's in the box still. Chris Oakes, you guys remember him? He was that kid.
Ritalin, boy.
I don't know what he's doing now, but he was.
I hope he's still alive. I'll be surprised. Is he alive?
He's a nice guy. I like Chris.
I didn't
say
I
didn't like him.
said anything bad about him, Greg.
You just did. You said he was a spoiled little brat.
I said he was the kid that had 2 of every action figure, 1 in the box, and then 1 to play with.
That's smart.
He had every G.I. Joe vehicle. I played with Chris Oakes as a kid. He would climb the highest trees imaginable. And
that kid wasn't afraid of anything. He was crazy.
Oh, so this one kid anyway has 240 super soakers. That's where I was going with the story. Coincidentally, his name is Chris Reed.
One dude has 571 Daleks.
That was my next one. You guys probably don't fuck with Doctor Who, do you?
I used to like it back in the day. I haven't gotten down on any of the newer ones in a long, long time. But the Daleks were pretty cheesy. They were just like those robot things.
They're a little more terrifying in the newer seasons, for sure.
Yeah, they were pretty low budget back in the day.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Dalek reboot.
Exterminate.
But there's an alien inside, right? It's not just a robot.
Yeah, it looks like kind of Krang looking.
I am a robot.
Let me back to my dimension.
There's a lab somewhere that has 30,000 toenail clippings.
Delicious.
That's disgusting.
It's for medical.
They're doing it for good reason, right? Yeah.
Medical research. There's a collection at the Mutter Museum at the College of Physicians in Philadelphia. It belonged to a laryngologist, Cavalier Quixote Jackson. That was pretty good. That I just got all of that, by the way.
You nailed it.
Who practiced medicine for 75 years. The collection consists of 2,374 objects that have been swallowed or inhaled by his patients. He extracted a large number of foreign bodies from throats, esophagus, and lungs, all without anesthesia. The objects that were found were varied: nails, screws, buttons, dentures, toys, padlocks, rosaries, crucifixes, poker chips, squirrel vertebrae, and a miniature trumpet. He considered a record to have extracted 32 different objects from one child.
Damn, I'm inspired. I think I'm going to start a used anal bead collection.
Hey-yo.
You were always the best swallower.
Mm-hmm.
Best swallower on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I swallow my pride every time I come to record.
There's on the ride, but the lack thereof will leave me empty inside.
Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out.
On but faith in nothing.
There's someone with over 200 four-leaf clovers. Do you think they play the lottery?
They better. I've never found a four-leaf clover my entire life.
I don't know if I have either.
Really?
Don't go around looking for them, you loser.
Loser. You should.
Maybe, if it would change my life. I don't know.
It would change your luck?
Anybody who find a four-leaf clover, did it impact you? Email us. How did it impact your life? I got some Reddit users who want to chime in.
They contacted you to chime in?
2 steps from butter. User 2 steps from butter. I was using a friend's bathroom and I ran out of toilet paper. When I looked for a new roll under the sink, I was horrified to see a paper grocery bag of used tampons just left there. It had to have been years worth. I had no words.
Wow.
This one from Granite Ave. When I was about 13, I babysat for a family who had a stack of Hustler and Penthouse magazines in each bathroom, just laying open on the backs of the toilets. The kids said, "Oh, those are Dad's magazines," like it was no big thing. Then they said, "Mom keeps the grown-up toys in her room. They're funny. You want to see?" I was always busy when they asked me to babysit after that. And this one from Hold Your Plums. Pubic hairs from strangers, collected from toilet seats and bowls.
Nice. I'm into it.
That's his collection.
I'm into it.
All right. That's it. I just thought those were funny.
All right, that wraps up our talk on strange collections. Now stay tuned for some other shit. Other shit. Other shit. Other shit.
Would you rather?
All right, and we're back. And we have a rousing game of Would You Rather. Huh? Surprised you guys with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, big day.
I'm excited. Are you going to let me tell my news story from 1999? This skydiver in 1999, Joan Murray's, she had a chute malfunction. She fell 1,400 feet, and her backup opened at 700 feet. Of course, she continued to plummet towards the ground at 80 miles per hour, and she survived because she landed on a fire ant hill and got stung over 200 times. And the fucking ants sting her, like released like an adrenaline that kept her heart beating. Like
That's wild.
How fucking crazy is that?
Small price to pay, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she fucking destroyed her fucking body. I mean, she still was going 80 miles per hour from 700 feet down, you know? But just crazy. But cool story, Hansel.
All right, that was Greg with the news story.
From 1999.
Courage.
Where's she now?
Oh, she's dead.
From 1999.
She died 1 month later.
She died from ant bites.
Would you rather? Do you guys need me to explain how to play?
Mm-hmm.
Please. Sweatpants Overlord.
All right. Would you rather be pelted with fossilized feces collection or a dick collection? Seamus, go.
Real dicks.
I mean, how old are the dicks?
Doesn't matter.
Well, the older
very-
they are, the harder they get.
Varying degrees of dick.
I'm taking the dicks because fossilized poop looks like fucking jagged rocks.
You ever seen a walrus dick?
I have
Good
not.
luck. You'll probably die.
I'm curious. Just because I see it doesn't mean I have to take it in.
Nice.
So we're getting animal dicks thrown at us? What's happening?
Well, I am.
Fossilized shit, Greg. Or animal dicks.
Animal dicks? I mean, how big are these animal dicks?
They vary in size, Greg.
Dang, horse
They're blue whale dicks.
You know I'm taking the dicks.
Hell yeah, play.
I didn't have any doubt.
That's what they say about me. Woo!
All right, Greg. Would you rather be caught in a meteor shower or a golden shower?
Well, I'll just answer that. Meteor shower.
Why?
I don't want to be peed on.
All right.
I'm going to go with golden shower as long as I get $20.
All right. Good answers, both. Great answers. Great answers. All right. Seamus, would you rather eat a plate of toenails or a plate of belly button lint? Go.
It's easy.
I'll go with the lint.
Yeah. Are we eating our own toenails and belly button lint, or is it something else?
Clearly not.
No, obviously not.
It's the guy who made the shirt. It's the guy who collects the belly button. He's got plenty to go around.
He's actually watching you eat it while playing with his belly button.
They're fresh too. They're nice and damp.
They're hot. Hot to the touch.
Where did you go, Seamus? What'd you eat?
I went with the lint, man, before you did.
Okay, yeah. I'm a baby. You can baby bird it into my mouth. I'll take the lid.
Go.
All right. Good answers. Good answers. All right. Greg, would you rather have a sick G.I. Joe collection or a sick Transformers collection? Go.
G.I. Joe collection, because there's just so many. I mean, there's a lot of Transformers as well, too. But G.I. Joe's more to meets the eye. Did I say that wrong?
G.I. Joe for sure, man. They're like the best action figure that's ever been made. They articulate very well.
They do. They do. Storm Shadow or Snake Eyes? Go.
Ooh, Snake Eyes.
Storm Shadow, just to be difficult.
Nice.
Yes.
That's because you're racist.
Who's the dude who had the snowmobile and the white
Avalanche?
Dude? Yeah. Cool.
All right, Greg.
Yeah.
Would you
Where do
rather?
I go first again? It's like the third time in a row.
Who
Seamus.
cares?
Okay.
Greg.
Yeah.
Would you rather share popcorn with Paul Rubin or share a Baby Ruth with Sloth, Lady and the Tramp style?
Oh man, Baby Ruth's my favorite. Popcorn gets stuck in my teeth.
I think
So
you're getting more than popcorn in that.
check this out, man. I got my left hand in the popcorn and my right hand on the Baby Ruth. Let's go! Double fisted it.
Well, technically, you're eating the Baby Ruth, Lady and the Tramp style.
That's cool.
All right, who's going to get that last bite? You or Sloth?
I'll give it up because I got popcorn.
Well, you know, Paul Rubin, though, Greg.
He's not doing the popcorn trick. He's just fucking having popcorn. He's not like a sexual deviant.
He could be in your
He's not.
fantasies.
And he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. So I've always said, if I could spend a day with one dead person, it would be Paul Rubens. So
Eating
I'm going popcorn in the movie theater with Paul Rubens.
Aw, that's adorable.
I'm a
Oh,
rebel,
fuck.
Dottie.
What about Cowboy?
Rebel.
Cowboy Dan, huh?
Dan
Pee-wee's
Cortez.
Playhouse, Cowboy Dan.
Oh, yeah, fucking
Lawrence Fishburne.
Larry Fishburne. That's
Lawrence.
Larry.
You don't call him Larry.
That was Larry Fishburne back then.
You know, Greg, you're not allowed to call him Larry.
Well, he was Larry Fishburne. when
Okay,
was
he
on
wouldn't want
TV.
you calling him Larry.
He told me it's cool.
He would, yeah.
He's my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence
He-
Fishburne hates you.
He does.
Seamus is mad at you.
It's true.
He is.
It's all true.
At the end of the day, though, we all have each other.
Mm.
And I want to thank each and every one of you for listening.
Wait, that's it? But I got a lot of inventions.
Greg, why don't you tell the listeners what really happened tonight? And
Right.
Seamus.
Well, Seamus should have guided me because I said we were going to talk about Chopper John.
I forgot, man. I have the worst memory on the pod. Remember this?
Yeah. Apparently, I don't, though. I'm not going to comment.
So just tell the listeners what happened, Greg.
Well, I was researching for crazy, weird inventions like ice cream gloves, the tie umbrella.
Hey, you can save all that, Greg, okay?
The
We
shoe
can do that
umbrella.
episode.
Hold on. What are these ice cream gloves?
Yeah.
That was actually from the Ali G show that he tried to pitch to Donald Trump. Ice cream gloves. It was stupid. Kleenex hat, air conditioned shoes, diet water. And I also had the Darmine doggy door.
I'm not going to keep any of that in, but thanks for sharing that with us.
Yep.
All right, so you did interrupt the outro. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest before we say goodnight?
Better be good.
Floby, 1986.
My mom and dad had one of those.
Cut your hair?
Yeah, that was Sean really wanted me to talk about that. He's like, you gotta talk about the Floby. I can't wait to tell him. Like,
What does that have to do with collectibles?
Yeah, I told you it's inventions. I was on inventions. I was on the wrong
Of
topic.
course you are.
You can ask, Greg. Don't be afraid to ask. We're always here for you. Maybe you're not used to hearing that. It's not your fault.
I was gonna just say
It's
that.
not your fault.
It is my fault. Apparently, this was my fault.
This is-
actually. Yeah, this is my fault.
At least it's not the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, this is the second time it's only happened. It's only happened twice.
All right, that wraps up another episode of the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you listening. You're all beautiful. Beautiful people.
Check us out on Spotify, Apple Pod, and we definitely get all the topics right all the time, especially me.
Obviously.
Anchor, Patreon.
Word. Thanks for listening. We love you.
And remember, in crust, we trust.
This ends our podcast.
Want to come over and see my poop rock collection?
He only said one. I read her lips. So when the other girl came back, I was like, actually, I didn't only say one. I had to say it.